And we are live.
What
Welcome
up,
to
people?
episode 10 of the Bussin Brothers podcast. Great to
Episode
be
10,
here.
everybody.
Per usual, I'm Nathaniel Beauchesne, and I'm joined here with...
Alex Salou.
And Nate Sikauskas. Oh, shit.
Fuck. Hey, we got our sounds back. We have our sounds
We do have our
back.
sound
Woo!
back.
Let's go.
We can rely on them.
10 weeks, and we couldn't have done it without you. We fucking love you. Let's get right into it.
Thank you for listening.
So you guys have good Valentine's Days?
Yeah, of course.
No, fuck yeah. I love to hear it. You?
I kind of had to celebrate mine today because my girlfriend got back today, but
Either way, pretty good.
it was
Is
pretty
she a
good.
traveling saleswoman or something?
Nah, she's in
College student. Somebody's got to
Oh,
work.
crazy.
See, somebody needs a job so they can pay for Nate's lifestyle.
Yeah, I was
Yes.
there when she got her acceptance letter, so I remember.
God damn it.
we all cried that day because of how happy and proud we were.
Robbing me of memories.
Because I was like, well, I wanted to be, it was this highly selective process. Because I was like, look, is this woman going to care for my brother? Is she going to pay his bills, support him?
She cares heavily for me. and
Yeah,
I'm very
absolutely.
much-
I had skepticism going into it because I wanted to make sure her degree could fund your lifestyle. that's the ideal world we
I
can
think
live in, right?
She's got a good future ahead of her, and we're going to live comfortably.
No doubt about that. That's the mantra.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking love living comfortably.
And
Am I right?
I'll do my part.
But
Get
right,
to live my dream.
right
Yeah.
now, she has to put in the work so you can follow your fucking dreams.
So I can lay down and get some rest.
and get some fucking rest because you've earned it.
Oh,
What if I told you that divorce is initiated 80% of the time by the woman and 90% of the time when she's college educated?
Yeah, no, there's this this old like thing I used to not used to, but like I heard once before where like once the woman starts doing better than you, it's just like she has this option, all this power,
Yep.
just to like drop your monkey ass behind.
Well, how can she respect a man that she out earns and outperforms?
Because I be myself, give her all my love, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
I found, and I realized this over a long period of studying and pain, that you cannot give in to what women want you to become. Because if you do, you end up shoving your balls so far up your fucking ass, and it's so hard to get that back. They want change in you. They want you to be this, want you to be that. And the moment you go off your own route and try to give them what they want, i.e. attention, neediness, whatever, you relinquish your power.
Because you're not surprising her anymore.
No, exactly.
You're not hitting that spark.
So I used to be a typical lover boy, but I killed that real quick because it's the reason why the relationship became so fucking toxic. Because I was so oh yeah, I got to make sure she's happy, and I wasn't focusing on the things that make me powerful and strong.
Yeah, you weren't thinking about yourself.
No, I really wasn't, because I was distracted by pussy. It is such a fucking distraction.
It's a powerful thing.
It's a very powerful
got some
fucking
suction.
thing. And the reason why I don't date at the moment is because I know the power of pussy. I know how tempting it is.
It's like a fly trap.
Turgid flesh is the downfall of man. There needs to be discipline,
That's why it's one of the 7 sins, baby.
and rightfully so.
Yes, sir.
Lust.
You cannot fall from lust.
You guys ever read/play Dante's Inferno?
So I read the book, the original one written in 1500.
That's
the
almost-
Divine Comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. Yep.
But the Inferno part, I don't know. There was just a cool moment in this Dante's Inferno game where you just finally enter the lust chamber, and this huge woman with big boobs, and her nipples are replaced with mouths. So they're just licking out.
Kinky.
I don't know. It's a pretty sick game. You go all
So,
through
like-
hell.
So like Datara, but instead of on his hands, there would be on his tits.
Does he have hands on or
He's
mouths
got-
on his palms?
Yeah, he's got melts on his palms.
Yeah,
and
but it's on her tits.
yeah, and he feeds him fucking C4, and he just makes explosives with his fucking. That's his ninjutsu.
Oh, this is a Naruto character.
Yeah, he's part of the fucking Akatsuki or whatever, and his name's Datara, and he's got mouths on his hands.
I don't think I've never watched Shippuden.
It's
I'm getting to that
so
though.
much better than Naruto.
Well, I just I finished the scene where like Naruto and Sasuke originally fight,
Yeah.
and then like I just stopped watching after that.
Why would you stop watching after
Because
that?
it's all filler after that. There's like one good arc
Yeah,
where
okay,
like
that's totally fair. Naruto's bullshit after that. You should just skip straight to Shippuden.
but
Yeah.
I don't want to because I
Listen.
want to like learn all the
All
in
the lore,
between.
yeah, and I get it. All you're really learning about is the side characters, and honestly, if you wanted to learn about them, read the fucking comic books with the super editions and shit about the fucking side characters.
Well, I've actually instead of watching Naruto, I've been watching One Piece.
I fucking hate One Piece.
It's a big task, but I've been like rolling through it because no job. But
No, I understand.
And he's a fucking weeb. Speaking about being a weeb, though, DBZ's been fucking great. I am loving it.
I'm glad you're loving it. Before I forget, can you set up the Crunchyroll account before you leave tonight on my TV?
So you can fucking sponge off my weeby.
I'll give you a Paramount account.
Bro, I have a Paramount account.
everyone's always offering the
Peacock?
Yeah,
Paramount.
facts. Like,
What don't you have?
I have everything.
What do you want?
Literally, you can't give me a single goddamn
You told me
thing.
that I could use the Crunchyroll. How come Nate gets to use it?
You can use the Crunchyroll, but
Okay.
you need to learn how to read first.
Yeah, didn't you put the email and password in the chat?
Yeah, it's literally.
I'm a better reader than I am a writer. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I can't fucking write. I came from a family of English majors. I'm the black sheep of the family. I can't write.
No, I know, but like I'm talking about you can spell. I can't spell.
I can't fucking spell.
You can spell better than I can.
You know what? You know what's an interesting fact about like you and your brother Nathaniel is whenever we were like texting in a group chat in like early high school, you'd actually use your punctuations.
I still
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
What changed?
Which is
No,
it's
that's-
because you have English majors for parents.
Yeah.
So it was just like impressive that
Well,
you did that.
they were Nazis, and they
I
didn't.
hate grammar Nazis.
I never learned how to wield a sword from my father or my mother, but I learned how to wield the pen.
from both of them.
Yeah, and it was one of those things you just in that household you had to be like spot on with your punctuation.
Or else
Otherwise-
you're getting spankings that night.
yeah, they were never violent until I made a grammar error, and they beat me relentlessly until I got it right.
Locked you in a closet.
sounds
Like
fair.
you forgot that comma.
Use a comma, or you should have used a semicolon. Boom, boom, boom. Beat the
Spooning
fuck out-
food
yeah,
away from your plate.
Yeah, exactly. They beat the fuck out of me. I was like, yo, I just want to be like an athletic, cool kid. And they were like, no.
Can't spell.
You're gonna read and you're
See,
gonna write.
You guys know that I am the complete opposite of that. I don't even know how grammar fucking works.
It
because
doesn't. That's the thing.
I'm retarded and I
changing.
don't understand it at all. But regardless of that, the new iPhone update, I'm famous for using talk to text.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And that's the only way I can fucking text. But now with the update, it uses grammar. And nobody believes I'm texting them because anybody that knows me knows that I don't even know how grammar fucking works. And then they see me using perfect grammar, and they're like, "Who's typing?"
They're like, he
this?"
must be hitting the books.
Yeah,
he's
right,
really
yeah.
learning.
Yeah.
That boy really smartened up.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah. When I'm texting, like I don't abbreviate. I don't use fucking abbreviations like BRB. I don't fucking use that. Be right back. I type everything out. It's just faster.
I started using them, but that's because I just started to like become lazy.
It depends on what the abbreviation is. Like I use what the fuck sometimes, like WTF, and I'll use
On my way a lot. ONW.
I use like minor small ones, but I remember when I got my first cell phone and I had T9 texting and a flip phone. I remember one of the first and only rules I had when I got that cell phone was my mom told me is you will type out words fully because she knew I was retarded. She knew I couldn't read or write or spell. So she knew that typing out words fully would help me learn better. And it did. And So I still to this day type out mostly full. Like I don't even use like I type out because all and people will like I get confused when people will abbreviate things and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking
Yeah,
about?
same.
Yeah, sometimes it's like something completely new, and
And I can't keep up with it. And then I'm like trying to like translate it. Like I didn't know what SMH was for like 8 years, and I didn't want to ask because like then I'd feel like a fucking idiot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, suck my hairline.
Yo, shake my head, bro.
Yeah, no, I know.
Shake my head.
I get it now.
And I saw it exposed one day because I was like, I'm not gonna ask. Then they're gonna know I'm dumb and I'm not hip.
Yeah.
And
Well, you're
SMH
not hip as it is.
Yo, I used to be hip though. What happened? I used to be so in tune with the kids, and now they're
You
just
started playing grand strategy games.
yeah. Now they're just doing shit that I don't fucking understand.
we were the group of kids who like made fun of people using trendy words, but then like we'd use them, make fun of it so much,
and then
would
it just
become
ingrained in our memory. Like I
Yeah.
can't stop using lit. I use lit all the time, and it's such a dumb word.
it's not
but I'm just-
2016
Yeah,
anymore.
but all the time I'm just like, oh yeah, that's lit. Lit.
It's lit.
What's another one too? You know what I use all the time, and
Bet.
I've been using it for years. Fire.
Fire, is
Fucking
pretty cool.
fire.
Fire won't die.
Fuego.
Yeah, fuego. So I like try a new ice cream or something, new food, whatever, and I'm like, fire. That was fire.
Fire.
This new game, fire.
So I know it's been a while since either of you have left the state, and I know that when you both leave the state, you really don't leave New England. But it's weird to go to somewhere like as far away as Disneyland and hear a group of people that you have no connection with go, "Can I get a oh yeah?" And you just
find it everywhere
and
you
you
go.
just know that it has to be an internet thing because like you thought it was just your town that was doing
Yep.
it, but people all over America do it.
Yeah, no, it's actually become a staple in American culture.
Yeah, right.
And to this day, everybody just wants, oh, yeah. And all you gotta do is give it to them and they'll be satisfied. No, yeah, I remember hearing that for the first time from a group that wasn't people I knew. And I was like, oh, that's like a global phenomenon.
Fucking was notorious in my year for doing that. And he would do it everywhere and anywhere. Field trips, classrooms, assembly. Can I get a oh yeah? And he would just top of his fucking lungs all the time. It was retarded. I hated it.
Oh my God. Yeah, another word too, bet.
Bet.
I thought I
Yep.
came out and I was like, yo, that's one of the dumbest things
Bet.
I've ever heard. But then I was like, oh, bet.
bet.
I'm going to keep using that.
Bet that.
Bet that. Oh, yeah. You bet your sweet fucking buns on that one.
Dude, I hated bet when it came out.
Yo,
now
same.
it's like I say it all the fucking time. I hate it so much.
And now, because I'm not hip anymore, I don't know any of the new words coming out. So the only words I know are the words that like I had when I was growing up in high school. And I think that's how the cycle works.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then my kids are going to have new phrases.
Yeah,
and I'm
of
going to
course.
still be
Yep.
saying bet and fire and all
Yeah, what
that.
the fuck are they going to be saying?
Yo, let's bring back old school slang.
How old are we talking?
Like
Tubular.
1500s.
Retching.
Some old English type of fucking deal.
Exquisite.
Like how we make fun of the Brits, how we think as Americans they talk like all the time, and just bring that back.
Like doth thou have an extra microphone
Yeah.
for thou podcast?
Yes. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Like ye old podcast.
Yep.
Yep. Old English is fun.
Old English is
Like
fun.
like Shakespearean kind of.
Oh, yeah.
Doth thou?
Yeah. Yeah, but to bring it like full circle, when I text my little brother who is 8 years younger than me, I have no fucking idea what he's saying.
Yeah, because he's hip.
Yeah.
And you're broken hip.
Yeah, right.
And you get to a certain age where young people confuse you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what the fuck kids are on nowadays.
You don't think it's going to happen. Like, all of a sudden you hit this, like, barrier that you just break through without knowing. And then you look back and you're like, oh my God, he's in tune with a whole nother world.
Oh, go ahead.
I try to keep up with it, right? And like I have 4 cousins and they're all like, you know, they're in between the ages of 12 and 16. So they're with it right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know what they're into, but like when I see them, I'm like, hey guys, Fortnite, am I right? And
They make
all
me
start
feel
geeking
so
out.
old.
Yeah, legit.
They make me feel so fucking old. I was just gonna bring this up because like every time I open my mouth around my little brother, I just feel like I'm being naggy, old, and like everything coming out of my mouth to him sounds like I'm trying to give him advice. And it's just like I'm not trying to do that. And I know him specifically, he doesn't care and he doesn't mind. And he wants the advice regardless. But like, it makes me feel like a gross old person.
I do like when I pick up on one of the words and I can I finally understand what it means and I get why they use it. So like I use bussin' a lot lately. like oh yeah, that's bussin'. On God.
I get out of my
You don't like
house.
bussin'?
No.
What's your opinion on bussy?
Like boy pussy?
I don't know. It's one of those words that the youth are using right now.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize it meant boy pussy. I
Yeah.
thought it was just like another word for pussy.
I only know what that word means because when I was fucking dating, use that word all the fucking time.
Yeah, but it's like I see things that are out of context. Like I saw a meme the other day, and it was like Miss Frizzle definitely got that lock of bussy, and I don't know what these kids are talking about, but I think I laughed.
Well, see, the way he would use it with me is he would be like, "I want you to fuck my bussy, like my boy pussy."
Is it a butthole?
It's a butthole. It's just,
But it's also a bussy.
Yeah, it was the slang word for the fucking
Okay.
twinks, and just to call it a fuck, dude.
That makes
I
sense.
don't get it.
Because I guess
You want a pussy, but you don't have one. You make fun.
on
Thank
that,
you, Haley.
On that standard, everybody has a bussy if it's
Yeah,
just a butthole.
Right? Yeah. So
That's bussin'. I get it now.
but referring to it as that would make you feminine, no? So if you call it an asshole, it would be masculine, and then a bussy would be feminine.
Like they have a dance called you hit the glitty or something. Like they do things that don't make any sense.
I don't understand what you're saying to me.
Are you talking about the gritty?
Yeah, maybe it's the fucking gritty, the glicky. I don't fucking know. All I know is like they laugh at like dancing Fortnite characters.
All I know is we're fucked.
Well, yeah, we're fucked up. There is some slang I've enjoyed though, and like I don't know where it comes from. Like glizzy. I haven't called a hot dog in a year because I know what a glizzy is now.
Stop.
It's a fun word.
Bro.
Like don't eat the glizzy at the gas station.
Yo,
It's
go
gonna
get a
make you
Slender
sick.
James.
What the fuck is a Slender James?
Think about it.
I mean, it could be so many things.
Right.
It's
but
probably
it's-
a cock, right?
No, it's in the name, bro. A Slender James. You can get him at a gas station.
So like
Oh, gross. It's a Slim Jim.
Yeah.
Or you know what a sloppy Joe is.
Yeah, of
I saw
course.
one that was like, the proper name is Uncouth Joseph. That's so gross.
One of the original meme. Do you remember like the Insanity Wolf era? Like the first
Yeah,
memes
of course.
Bad Luck
Of course.
Brian?
Yep.
One of the first memes I ever saw. Could you teach me how to Dougie just came out, and it was just one of those meme formats, and it was, please sir, could you inform me on how to perform the Douglas? And that was literally one of the first memes I ever saw. And look at where we are now
Yeah.
with
yeah.
memes.
See, that's the thing. We may have been too young to explore the world and, too old to become TikTok stars, but we were born for the birth of the meme
The birth of the meme and
and
like,
what it's become now.
and the birth of
monster.
what the internet has become.
Exactly. We saw
Like,
social media.
We weren't around for when the internet was born, but we were around for what the internet became.
Dude, I remember growing up when I was younger, Wi-Fi wasn't even invented yet. Isn't that crazy?
You're older than Wi-Fi.
Yeah, like we had dial-up internet. We had one room with internet in the house. Like what? How far we fucking come. But you got to see the meme turn into what it is today. And despite how cynical and shitty life is, the meme is always fun.
always there to remind you the truth with a little humor.
Yeah, all it takes is one good meme to fix a bad day.
Someday, a long time from now, your great grandkid is going to brag to their friend that their great grandfather was born in 1999.
It's a big fact. This is a fucked up statistic. So I am 23 years old and I've been alive during 3 decades, 2 centuries. That's
Yep.
an insane fact. I've been alive in 2 centuries.
Yep, same.
Like, it's crazy. When I even think about it, too, like, I was born in 1999, right before we turned into 2000.
Bro, I was born in 97, and that shit doesn't feel real.
Yeah, no, it does not feel
Like,
real at
I'm
all.
old enough to remember, like, obviously I don't remember the whole day, but, like, I have memories of the towers going down. Like, I remember that day.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
And I'm probably one of my people of my age are one of the only generations in a couple in 60 years it's just going to be us that will be able to say that.
Yep.
It's just going to be another Titanic.
And in 80 years there aren't going to be any people left that we're going to be able to say that.
On the bright side, all the boomers are almost dead. Can we get an audience
Yeah,
applause?
at least some of us will be able to buy a house.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know. I think a lot of opportunities are going to start to open up for people our age because a lot of boomers are selling their small businesses, they're selling their house, their property. Now's the time to get in.
The problem is normally how it works is you buy your first house, you start your family, you work hard, you save up enough money because now your family has grown and you need a bigger house. But when you buy that bigger house, it opens up that smaller starter house for a new family to buy that old house from you so you can go buy your new bigger house. But they're fucking everybody because they're selling that small little starter house, moving into their new bigger house, but the person that bought the small little starter house is tearing it down and building a bigger house than the guy who just left the starter house just moved into. So now there aren't any more small fucking starter houses for fucking young families to buy their first house.
How do you guys feel about tiny homes? Like
I'm
those
about it.
You
shipping
can get out of my house too.
The need to just grow bigger and bigger and bigger is just not sustainable. And I would thrive in a one-room house.
I like the idea of it.
I
Like, you
it's
just buy
very
this
manageable to me.
big ass plot of land, and then you have these like two shipping containers connected to each other.
I love that.
I understand the aesthetic for having a smaller house, but what some people need to understand is one, some of us want to have more than one or two people living at said house, and some of us want to have a family with more than one or two children. And
I mean, you can build them with as many bedrooms.
yeah, but
as
at
you
what
want.
at what point does a house not become a tiny house and it just becomes a regular house?
That's up to you.
I mean, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, if you have X amount of people living at said house, eventually you're going to need a bigger house with space.
Plus, you got land.
I think if you buy a tiny house in the first place, you have intentions of not necessarily growing bigger with what you have.
Or maybe just like one or two children.
Yeah, or something small like that. Either way, I'm about the idea, and I think it solves a lot of problems for like housing. If more people are like, "Hey, I'm fine with living in a fucking one-room house," because that means I got a fucking home, you know?
Yeah, at least you get to fucking own it. Like these New York City apartments that are just like 8 by 8 feet, and they go for like $1,200.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
They
I
go
don't
for
know.
more than that, buddy.
Oh yeah.
There's a fucking housing crisis going on right now, and there's a lot of factors in it. And part of it's like the rich keep buying up property just to rent it out. So like, there's a lot less property to buy, but there's plenty of options to fucking rent. You know, like they'll take out a fucking loan on a house, make a down payment of like 20%, and then they'll just have that get paid off by people renting out their fucking house.
Yep.
And that's why the rich get richer.
Landlords.
But one thing I think you could do, especially for like a lot of homeless people that are in this country, like the solution is to not build more apartments, but to take old shopping malls and shit and turn it into housing, which they're just not doing for some reason because the mall is dying. So now's the perfect chance to just make housing out of it.
A lot of malls. Well, they were. I don't know if they still are. They were converting like old hotels into shelters, and I know that was going on in LA. That's about it.
That only worked for the homeless problem is a lot bigger than anyone cares to admit, in the sense that there's so much more that needs to be done, and it starts with more than just housing. there needs to be better mental health help for people who are on the streets. There needs to be better health care for people on the streets. And there just aren't enough people that give enough of a shit that are going to do the hard groundwork that'll make it happen and make it work. And the other thing is the people on the street need to be willing and ready to accept the help, because if you're not willing and ready to accept the help, you're just going to take advantage of the kindness that people are trying to help you with, and it's just going to make everyone resent each other, because the homeless people are going to resent the fact that the people helping them are giving them rules, and the people helping are going to resent the homeless people for not following the rules and not doing everything they tell them to because they feel like they should because they're helping them.
It definitely doesn't help when big pharma and big food owns the government.
Right, but that aside, that circle that I just explained right there is a big enough problem in itself as why the homeless problem will never get fixed.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you have to put into consideration that I'd say, as somebody who spent time living on the street and spent time like being homeless, I'd say around 50 to 70% of them are there for drug or alcohol related problems.
Absolutely.
And if you're not willing and ready to face that and get help with that, you're not gonna do better. They don't wanna, they'd rather do drugs and drink and do the things they're not supposed to be doing than
It's only thing
following
to
the
do.
rules of the shelter.
And I feel like, the government is not doing their best foot forward into solving the issue because they want people like this. It goes back to the whole, like, they want people fat. They want people sick. They want people living on the streets.
Because these organizations got to keep running.
Yeah,
and
and it's
producing.
like, these people will do anything for a fucking high. So it's like, big pharma, which owns the government, can just keep giving them fucking happy pills and shit to fix their ailments.
And again, in my opinion, as somebody who spent time living on the street, like, if you're gonna focus the help on the people who are freshly homeless. And I hate to say that because everyone deserves equal help when it comes to that stuff. But in my opinion, in my experience, if you're on the street and you're not trying to better yourself and better your life within the first 2 to 6 months, it's bad for you, number one, and it's not going to get you anywhere. And after a year, if you still have done nothing to better your life, you're in deep fucking water, because after year one, within the next 6 months to a year, you're dead in the fucking water if you're not trying to better your life after year two. And if you're not trying to actively better your life after year two of being on the street, you're pretty much fucking done. And you are just another statistic, and you're never going to get your ass off the street. And we shouldn't waste our resources on trying to help somebody like that. We should focus our resources on trying to help the person who's only fucking 2 weeks on the street and still has a chance to fucking better their life, fix their life, and get over their fucking problems before it's too late and they're that guy fucking 2 years in who's not doing anything to better their life. And I'm not saying that the guy fucking 10 years in can't fucking wake up one day and go, you know what, I'm fucking done with this, and fucking change his life. But I'm just saying, statistically, it's a lot harder for that guy 10 years in than it is for that guy 2 weeks in or 2 months in.
So you're saying we don't bother with those?
I'm not saying we don't bother with them, because it's the right thing and the human thing to do is to help everyone as equally as possible. But when it comes to helping the homeless situation, you need to focus your efforts, resources, and manpower on the more freshly homeless people, because they have the best chance of coming back.
It's a good argument too, because like I feel like if you're at that 2 year point, then chances are you're not spending all your time, energy, and money on like getting out of that situation. You're probably chasing drugs and alcohol and shit.
My only thing is, like, if you're gonna like cycle out all the new, then what do you expect out of the number that's already over that hump? You know?
I hate to say this, and I'm not saying there's nothing that can be done for them. I'm just saying that, again, that the manpower resources and time should be spent on the newer people, but obviously that would be selfish one-sided, and it can't work like that. So obviously you help them all equally as to the best of your ability, but there should be more programs, I guess, to helping the new freshly homeless find jobs and not housing, or I don't know where I'm going with that.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows what this situation is.
Literally, nobody knows what to do. But
I think the bottom line is eat your veggies, get plenty of fucking sunlight, fight the fucking government
and
any
get a
chance
job.
you get.
Just get a
job.
fucking job. It's not hard to work. I've been working every fucking day since I was fucking 12 years old. Just fucking get a job.
Don't listen to him. Just stay positive.
Money is everywhere, and making money is very easy. It's holding on to money that people struggle with.
Yeah, save your fucking P's and Q's and mind your business.
Literally, just be frugal. Don't buy more than you need. Stop buying designer clothes. That's why you're still where you fucking are
And those
right
sports
now.
cars. I see too many young men.
This episode was brought to you by Better Life fucking Decisions. Start making them.
This is crazy though. I saw this fucking, you know, those dumb fucking internet millionaires, and they're like fucking 19, and they're like, I quit my 9 to 5 as an accountant and chose something.
I made my
different."
first million in the first 2 months.
I
of
made
doing
my
this.
first million, and like
It's
you know,
real easy.
a lot of times like they get fucking funding startup from like family members and shit, and whatever. Either way, I saw this one. The guy's like 21, and he's got a fucking 2022 Lamborghini Aventador, and he made this fucking video, and his whole point was, he's like, look, make money, it's really simple. He's like, I made X amount of figures in this amount of time, and this is what I did, drop shipping, all that other shit. And he was like, if you're 20 and you're like a young man like trying to make money, there's no it's so easy to buy a Lamborghini. And he's like, everyone should own one. But he's like, yeah, it'll come so quickly. But like, these people are fucking scamming you. You know how all of them are like, and I'm going to teach you how to do it.
Just buy this
Just
coin.
buy this class. So they literally make their money from scamming you. They're scam artists. All they sell is like tips and shit that you can find in any goddamn financial book.
Yeah, or they're trying to sell you on a shit coin.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of rug pulls.
A lot of
since,
shit coins.
The 2021 incident.
Yeah,
with, like,
absolutely.
the fucking Doge, the Bitcoin, all that.
You guys are only calling them shitcoin because you lost money.
I didn't lose fucking money.
I put no money into those ones.
Oh, bro, I made bank on that. Because I got in at the right time, and I made a lot of fucking good money on those stupid fucking shit coins.
But look, like, there's actual just like shit coins out there, like the FTC stuff or FTX.
Oh, yeah, fuck that shit. There's a lot of just scammy shit out there, and I'm sick of these internet entrepreneurs. And
Trying to tell you, like, you just gotta jump on this wagon,
yeah, all right.
let it hike up a bit, and that's when they sell it.
You really want to buy something worth money? Buy fucking gold. Buy real estate.
Yeah.
Facts. Buy something that makes you money.
Yeah, if you have
That's
a
how
chance
you
to buy
get
real
rich.
estate.
Yo, but let's talk about this fucking conspiracy, okay?
Which one?
The shake shops. The nutrition shake shops.
Oh, God.
All
Are
around
they
the
killing people?
Hey, hold on. Especially this country. And like I've noticed this in like surrounding towns near me. These nutrition shake shops open up, all right? And they're selling these like Kit Kat shakes. And they're like, you know, a large size shake. They got fucking whipped cream on them. And it's promoted as a health shake. And allegedly people are losing weight from this stuff. And these shops keep opening up. And it's one of those deals where it's like kind of like you buying your own gym franchise or whatever. Like they'll give you like, you know,
Are they putting amphetamines in the shakes?
I think so. So they give you a certain amount of money and they give you like, you know, they give you setup starts. So you pay a price and you get shake mix.
It's like starting
and,
any franchise.
yeah, exactly. And they're popping up everywhere. Have you guys noticed them? And they got they got names like Ignition Nutrition and Super Greens. They're
there's-
everywhere.
I'm
There's
not
that
a
one where we
health
used
nut
to-
like you. I don't
Neither-
look for those things.
I am too, but I'm not. See, like my whole thing though is that these people are drinking these vile shakes that look like dessert, and somehow they're losing weight.
So they're putting amphetamines in the
They
shakes.
gotta be. So I feel like there's this whole conspiracy
Well,
going
think about
on.
it.
No, I don't have to.
You would lose weight on speed, and you would be jacked all fucking day and want to work out.
Yeah, yeah. I think there's something even more dangerous, and they're just popping up. But I feel like you give it 10 years, and a lot of people that like were frequent visitors are gonna get sick. And like, I've seen it on the internet and shit, but I've seen it in my own town. Everybody is hooked on this shit.
Yeah,
like
they're in and out
drugs.
of that place.
Literally, the entire fire department, the entire police station, they all go there every single fucking day. We got 2 of them in Northbridge, and they just come and they
crazy.
get their fucking shakes.
There's an aisle in the grocery store dedicated to it, at least at Walmart.
It's disgusting.
That's crazy.
These fit shakes are gonna kill people.
Listen,
I'm over it.
Is it from the sugar, you think?
Yeah, because there's definitely a lot of sugar in there, even if they're not calling it sugar.
oh my god, we were talking about fucking protein shakes and shit, and that's
Yep.
what made me think of this. Nate, I started rewatching the Rockies just because, like, I've been seeing a lot of Rocky memes recently, and because of it, I watched a Rocky montage, and that led to me listening to the Rocky 4 soundtrack, which led to me like convincing Haley to watch the first Rocky movie, and I watched that scene that you were talking about, and it's been a really long time since I've seen the first what the fuck, Nate?
Yeah, what the fuck indeed.
That was super rapey, Nate.
Hey,
Hey, don't leave, Adrian. You
go-
don't
hey.
gotta go. Puts his
Go
fucking
away.
arms
Yeah.
over the door, fucking corners her. What?
Yeah, no one wants to talk about it, but
Alright, I'm gonna
Yo,
kiss
the
you
80s
now.
were crazy.
Rocky was crazy. That onesie
he how
basically
much
hypnotized him.
like how much of that movie's budget was just for blow?
Probably towards like the training scenes. Probably just like
Do you hear Sylvester Stallone sniffle every 10 seconds?
I can only imagine the fucking drugs they gave him when he did Rambo.
My God.
See, like I've never seen
looks
Rocky, but
dead in his
I've seen
eyes.
Rambo.
I've only seen the first 2 Rambos, but I've seen all the Rocky movies. At least in the Rocky movies, he looks alive in his eyes and he looks excited to be at work.
yeah.
In the Rambo movies, he just looks dead inside. And maybe that's because he's playing John Rambo and he's supposed to look like that, but like,
He lost all his men.
yeah, no, I get it, but
They're just trying to come take him.
Rocky!
Adrian!
Fucking
Anyway,
Stallone.
hopefully I'll get Haley to watch the second and third one this weekend.
Such a good
But the goal
series.
is to get to 4. When I told her we had to watch the 4th one because it's the best one, she's like, I don't want to watch 4 of these movies.
The montage in
Good
4 is
take.
probably just the best.
The montage in 4 is probably what everyone thinks about when they hear someone bring up Rocky.
It's also like the most made fun of thing. Like anytime somebody's trying to do a spoof on Rocky, it's dun, 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 dun,
Have you
dun,
seen
dun.
that montage?
No.
Nate?
But I don't
Can you
need
pull
to.
that up? You have to see it.
I've seen every Hollywood spoof of it fucking imaginable.
Okay,
you
all right.
know.
Never mind then. Never mind.
But I have not seen the because I've never seen Rocky.
right,
And
you
it's-
need to see Rocky.
And it's like I need to watch this, read that, look at that, look at this, and it's like I have no.
But dude, we're just
time.
telling you about this one movie
Yeah, I'm not
for the
doing
past
it.
like
Yeah,
fucking
it's,
2
it's
months.
one movie that you have to see
Yeah,
4 movies of. though.
Sometimes something like I just started DBZ.
You watch 4 Star Wars movies in a row, you asshole.
I can't watch 4 in a row. Are you
Not
kidding
in
me?
a row, but like 4. Like I'm gonna watch a movie today. 2 weeks later, I'm gonna watch the second Star Wars today. 2 weeks after that, you'll watch the third. Like fuck you.
So I used to do it that way when I was rewatching Star Wars, but now the way I do the rewatch is I watch Revenge of the Sith and then don't watch
Watch any
anything.
of the See, I only watched the 3 from our childhood.
That's fair. See, like lately, Revenge of the Sith is the only one I fucking care about.
I know this is gonna be a hot take, but Phantom Menace is my second favorite out of all of them.
Is it because of the battle?
No, there's a reason people hate you.
I know, I know, and it's not because I'm a thief, and it's not
Yeah,
because I'm
literally.
an asshole. It's not because I'm a fucking traitor or anything like that. It's because I like Phantom Menace.
I think being a degenerate scumbag can be forgiven to a point, but
Yeah, 'cause-
when you openly are like, "Oh yeah, I think Phantom Menace is a good movie," that's when people are like, "Bro, we literally, what the fuck is wrong with you?
but see,
You're
here's
not human."
Here's the thing: I'm not
You're
crazy.
not
I
like
know
the rest of
Revenge of the Sith is the best Star Wars, but in my opinion, Phantom Menace is the second best Star Wars.
What's the best Star Wars?
I just said
It's
Revenge of the
Revenge of
Sith.
the
I'm
Sith,
sorry,
yeah.
I wasn't paying.
Look, pod racing, pretty funny. What's that fucking guy's name? His opponent?
Zaboba?
Yeah, Zaboba. I'm a Zaboba fan. I'm not going to deny that.
All right,
He's
listen.
such a good pod
Well,
racer.
that's what I'm saying. That's one of the reasons that makes Phantom Menace such a good movie. One, Saboba. Two, pod racing in general.
No, I get that. It's just
And then his slave owner.
Three is just young little Annie. Come on, are you kidding me? Slave Anakin Skywalker.
I guess the only thing that pisses me off more than teen Anakin is kid Anakin.
Do you think Darth Vader would have killed himself as a small child? Because you know the scene, like the classic scene. You know,
Yeah,
the
one.
one
I know the
where
one.
he kills all the kiddos.
Oh, yeah, great.
But like,
Mr. Skywalker.
I don't know.
I know one thing. Darth Vader hates sand. It's so coarse and grainy
I
and
wonder
gets
if it has
everywhere.
anything to do with being enslaved on a desert planet.
No way. I fucking hate sand.
I don't like sand.
See, I over the years, I've come to the conclusion that Revenge of the Sith is indeed the perfect Star Wars film.
Thank you. I agree with you.
From the action to it's the most quotable Star Wars too.
Absolutely. Unlimited.
I am the Senate. Yep. Do it, Anakin. Do it. More power. You were like a brother to me. Yeah. You were supposed to stop the Sith, not join them. It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground.
Don't underestimate my power.
You killed her with
Negotiator.
You killed her in your wake of anger.
No. Also, your health insurance doesn't cover that.
All right. You fucking kooks.
Hello there.
Hello there.
General Kenobi.
So I saw this in a meme, so I don't know how accurate it is, but I hope it's true. I heard that Scotland renamed its highest peak Kenobi because what's his fucking name?
Ewan McGregor's from
Scotland, yeah.
I hope they did.
I hope they did too, but
Then-
again, I saw it in a meme, so I don't know how accurate it is, but a lot of the time meme news is more real than news.
I have learned more from memes about the world than I have from anything else I've done in my life.
Yep.
I learned more on 20 minutes of Reddit than I did in 12 years of school.
That's big
I didn't
fact.
get that. Could you try again?
The fuck is
What?
that shit?
jeez.
What's going on?
We're
That's
having
my
technical
Siri.
difficulties for the fifth
some
week in a
information.
row.
Siri, shut up. Oh, she
On the
looked up
MacBook,
cheese.
it should be called something else. It shouldn't be allowed to be called Siri
What?
on the computers.
It's every Apple product.
It should be its
What?
own thing on the Mac.
What should its name be?
Mary
Same accent.
Mac.
No, I don't like that. That's gonna get fucking stolen.
I know.
And you're not gonna get a dime for that.
That's okay.
That's all right.
Just want the credit.
I hate Apple.
So I think their highest peak is called Ben Nevis. So they're just adding Kenobi in the middle. So Ben Kenobi.
What?
The Scots do as they please. What can you really do about it?
Yeah.
Play some bagpipes.
We want some bagpipes?
Yeah, I want some bagpipes.
Queuing up some bagpipes.
Thanks, buddy.
I've actually grown I like the bagpipes.
All right, so I have a really confusing father. So he is a 50-year-old, recently remarried man who is convinced he's Italian, which I guess he is, but he's actually Middle Eastern, and he likes Irish folk and Scottish bagpipe music. So he's just really confused. He doesn't know what he is.
And other
Keep
news
going.
on YouTube, you can get royalty-free Scottish music, which we're doing right now.
You love to see it.
I wish the TV was showing right now because this is enjoyable. There's cows. Now there's a waterfall.
What? That's fucked up, Nate. Can you, turn on the TV?
It must be like scenery from Scotland while you enjoy the Scottish music, which indeed we are.
Wow.
Let's
This
see
is
it. What
something else.
that's stunning.
You love to see it.
Look at that. Look
Wow.
at that.
Look at that scape.
What a beautiful
The rushing
Scottish watered river.
We love you, Scotland. Thank you for everything you do.
Is everyone at this table Scottish?
I think I'm a little bit Scottish.
I'm Scottish.
I know I have Scott in me.
Yeah.
All
so-
right.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hail to the chief.
Big facts.
This one's to the Scots. Ooh, an abandoned ship.
That's cool. Not
We should play a Civ map where we're all Robert the Bruce Raider.
who should we add into the game with us? Or
Robert
just
the
that?
Bruce.
England.
All of them?
Yeah, the 2 Englands and maybe a France.
2 France.
Okay.
2 Eleanors?
No.
Yeah.
Both Frances, both Englands.
Bro. Have you guys been keeping up? Like, we need PC Civ. They've added so much content in the last month.
No, I almost bought a laptop today because of it.
I've been really thinking about it. Dude, they so much. There's like, I don't know, 10 more Civs.
Bro, you can get the Mac version of Civ for your fucking MacBook for like $25, I think.
Bro, I bought it like 5 times in the past year. I can't buy it again.
I hear you. Well, what about Steam?
Yeah, that's true.
Is Steam free?
And to make an account, yeah.
So how does that work?
It's just a library.
Yeah, it's a library and you pay for games.
So this is the Apple
like
Store.
GameFly?
You can buy it for another
No,
full purchase.
'Cause GameFly-
$60.
GameFly sends you like games to your house.
Gotcha.
Steam, you just download it.
So
on
it would
demand.
cost me full price PC again, but am I
Yeah.
gonna get all the DLC?
Probably not.
Probably not.
What? Is there is there a version of it that'll give me everything? Because I'm not buying.
No,
all
there
the
won't be. So you'll have to buy the anthology edition again, which is like the version we all have, where it gives
Yeah.
you all the like DLC that came out like originally.
Yeah, right.
But like, yeah, like these are all the new civs. This is the new leader
In-app
pass.
purchase.
So, all right, so I have everything here except for I believe this one, which is the like brand new civ pack because I
I'm
do like.
so angry.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I
little
only
bullshit.
want a PC for this game.
Yep,
I
same.
don't even care about any of this. I just want to build fucking seed maps.
Yo, that's a big fact, and I also want to build my own wonders.
What?
Yo, yeah, that's something you can do because there's so many mods for Civ on PC that like let you get more control over the fucking game, like putting in your own wonders and like making your own maps, which
Not
is
to
really
mention
appealing to me.
All the mods we'd be able to play.
All the Hitler, fucking Winston Churchill,
Yep.
all
Yeah.
those world leaders.
Yeah, so you can do all that. Imagine making your own Civ map though.
I just want to play as Hadrian.
We get that, brother. We get that. Oh man, I love you, Sid. Sid Meier's, thank you for everything.
Yeah, you created something
This
great.
episode was brought to you by Sid Meier's. You're a great man, and you should just fucking. You don't even have to sponsor us. Just give us all PC versions of this game.
And come be our fathers.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
Show me.
Yeah.
I want to learn, Master. I want to learn.
Seriously.
We'd be your greatest game developers or testers,
Probably
See, like,
testers, yeah. We
maybe
play the shit out of these
idea
games.
guys.
we wouldn't pass any of the trials because we're assholes and we're sitting here doing a fucking podcast.
Yeah, I'd attack you guys too much.
You got to remember, there's always somebody working harder than you. So there's
No,
a guy
yeah.
that dedicates 24 hours a day to playing Civ, and he knows
Again.
the game on a different
And
level.
he's Sid's right hand man.
Yep.
I'm telling you, we haven't played this game till we've played it online. We need to play an online game.
This game
Yeah.
we have played.
No. A public
Oh,
online game with the fucking animals that play this game for fucking 200 hours a fucking month.
yeah. We'd probably get demolished, but no,
unless
that's the thing.
Unless we work together.
Yeah.
But you're not going to let that happen, are you? You
I
fucking
don't know, you
terrorist.
You know
guys-
when we're playing that thing we always talk about, we're always like, all right, we need to keep the peace. We need to work together to take out the other civs. And then we always
Let's
turn on
not
each
fight
other.
We
until the
all
atomic
go one on
era.
each
Ha,
other's-
ha, ha, ha.
Good one. Nate's a terrorist,
How
everybody.
about stay out of my land?
See, you always
What?
think it's yours, but until there's
Because
a
it
border
is.
around it, it doesn't belong to you.
Oh my god.
Your way
You
of
have a
thinking is
design-
not correct. You
But
can't
it
think, You
is.
can't think like
I need
that.
to think for my empire.
But like
it's in my general vicinity, so it belongs to me.
It's 500 miles west of my capital. It belongs to me. Like, okay,
All
asshat.
right then.
Yeah, but seriously.
That's another thing Sid should add to the game would be how far everything is away from each other. Not that it matters, but it would just be fun for the player to know.
Yeah, because like I would want to know how many miles I would have to cross in order to start a war with
Right.
like X country. You know?
No, I know exactly.
Yeah, 100%. You can catch us on stream or Twitch, sorry, and we're going to be streaming Civ, and we're finishing a game very soon, and it'll probably be done in about a month. Stay tuned.
Yep.
Usually streaming every Monday. I'm at Sakowski Stream. SAKOWSKY Stream.
I'm at Zhao the Third from Portugal.
And as always, I'm your boy, Sally Salou, SALLOUX.
We stream, we podcast, we give a little bit of everything because we love you guys that much.
Yeah, we're
That's
pumping
right.
it out.
We're pumping it out.
We're trying anyway. Between legacy streams and
I try to stay focused, try to just do my work and
I've
work
also
out and sleep good, but
still addicted to Crusader Kings.
I'm addicted to Dragon Ball Z on a new level. And like,
Where are you right now?
bro, Goku has been traveling Snake's way for 6 episodes.
Yeah.
So like it like keeps cutting
Remember how
off.
we were talking about that build up?
Yeah, we were. So it'll cut off to like whatever Vegeta's doing or whatever Gohan's doing, and then it'll just pan back to Goku sprinting, and then it'll go back to the other stories.
Vegeta still being an asshole.
Bro, he's a savage.
I can't remember in the show where he turns, but like obviously
Yeah.
you've been around me and Nate enough to know.
Like
that I'm not
I
spoiling
know
anything
a
for
good
you.
amount of things that are going to happen
Yeah,
eventually.
right.
It's just a matter of
Are you
experiencing
interested
them.
to see how they happen?
Yes, I am.
I honestly should be watching it with you because I don't remember old Dragon Ball Z.
It's been exhilarating. So, like, we're at this point, right? So, Nappa and Vegeta are on their way to Earth, and they make a pit stop at this planet, okay? And they're like, all right, you know what? We're gonna get captured. We're gonna have some fun with this. So they get captured, and they fucking get out of the jail, and they kill everybody in the courtyard. They kill the fucking king of this planet, and they just murder his entire army. And then, like, oh my god.
Are they on Namek?
No, not Namek.
Oh, okay.
It's just some side planet, and
Oh,
they
okay,
fucking
all right.
they
Isn't
show
that like
up.
bug people?
Yeah. So there's like these bug people, and he fucking kills all the king's court, and he frees one of this fucking like one of their warriors, and like whatever. This king had married his wife because he's like, I'm king, I do what I want, whatever. And they free this guy, and this guy like goes to the courtyard after Vegeta and Nappa fucking just killed all their fucking guys, and he's like, well, finally I can reunite with my love. He's like, you two are heroes. You've just freed this planet from a terrible tyrant. And and then it cuts to him like going towards his lover.
Yep.
And then Vegeta and Nappa get off the planet, and then Vegeta's like, I'm not done here, and then he blows up the planet with 2 fingers.
Yep.
And I was like, yo.
Death beat.
So I'm like losing sleep currently because I keep staying up to watch Dragon Ball Z. It's like I have a job and I need to be at work at a certain time.
Oh man.
And I've been coming
you're
in.
not Nate.
I've been coming into work like on 2 hours of sleep, haven't showered, haven't eaten. It's 'cause-
But you know what's happening
yeah, exactly. And it's like
on Planet 16.
people will like say something to me at work and I don't resonate it because I'm thinking about power levels. Right. Like they're thinking about how we can make the company better, how we can make more money, and I'm thinking about like his power levels are just off the charts.
Right.
How did he get so powerful? And I imagine myself with the hair just spiking up, and
Right,
I
yeah,
start
right,
glowing,
yeah.
and I quit my job because I go Super Saiyan.
Just wait till the next time you and Pookie fight. It'll come out there.
Yes, I think the reason my workouts haven't been going as good as they were going a year ago is that I can't scream anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I like powering up. I like charging.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
and I feel like to charge you need to scream. Goku knows that. They all know that.
Right.
Like you need to be able to harness that.
Yeah, of course.
Channel it.
Just just because you can't yell at my house doesn't mean you can yell at your house. Doesn't mean you can yell at mine.
You know, I can't yell anywhere. I know it's fucked.
You just start screaming, doing push-ups, and all of a sudden the ground starts cracking underneath.
That's why I get rides from Nate to here, obviously, and every time I get in his car, I just scream.
Yeah,
the
of course.
first thing I do is scream.
Right.
About
so free.
Yeah, I have to be.
You should just start walking around the park that's near your house and screaming hard out and see how long you get before the cops show up.
No, because it's like I'm competing with junkies that can scream louder because they need heroin.
Yeah, that's fair.
They go down to Cumbies, they buy a fucking like banquet mac and cheese meal, and then they go to Gary's and they buy a sleeve of fucking nips,
and then they scream.
And they literally drink and eat fucking gas station mac and cheese until they pass out by the swing sets.
Yeah.
I fucking hate where I live. It's so funny. Like, it's clearly this like kids baseball field, and there's just a bunch of homeless people passed out under the swing set.
Every now and again, there's a homeless man that'll walk up my street just yelling some exuberant shit.
And you know how like every town has like a notorious pedophile?
Yeah.
There's one that like lives near me now, and he's this weirdest fucking guy. Like, I always see him walking down 122 and shit.
Good.
He always has like a tucked in striped shirt, and he wears a backpack.
Oh, good.
And he's weird,
Full
man.
of rope and a crowbar.
Who fucking knows? Cops talk to him all the goddamn time. And another thing too is I live near like 3 different drug fronts. It's like fucked up. You can't even walk down the street without seeing a drug front.
Yeah.
They just buy up these fucking like
My life, my life, my life, my life.
in Rockdale.
Rockdale.
Everybody loves Rockdale.
Yeah.
And it's like it's funny to me how it works because like there's lower Rockdale, which is like the lowest of the low, and then I live in middle class Rockdale, and then there's Shining Rock that looks up above us, and they all have their nice fucking houses and their
They don't
gated
want
community.
anything
The
to do
Lords
with
of
us.
Rockdale.
Yeah, they look at us and we look down onto the fucking, it's weird being in the middle class.
So, one proud thing I can say out of my life is that I've never lived in Rockdale. So, that's one thing I got going for me.
You're a lucky man.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know what my favorite part is. The junkies or the train waking me up twice a night. First when it goes by at fucking 10:30, and then
Yep.
again when it comes by at 4:30 in the morning.
Yep.
Why need an alarm when your bed just shakes anyway?
Yeah, I used to live right next to those tracks.
And like, yeah, you can hear it, but it shakes my entire fucking bedroom. It's messed up. You hate to see it.
It's fun sometimes, though, if you're staying up late.
You can't do that when you have a job.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Can't talk about dreams.
Yeah, no, dude. Back in the day, though. And it's a shitty mill area, Everybody's drunk and coked up.
This whole town is a shitty mill area.
Yeah, it really is. Everything around us is a shitty mill. That's why it's so weird when I go to Berlin, because you go from mill community to farm community real quick, and you're like, oh, that exists too in this state? Wow.
And then one town over, you're in ski country.
That's a big old fact.
Yep.
Fuck ski country, especially in this state.
Yeah,
Windy
because
ass
they're not
roads.
even mountains in this state. They're just big hills.
And like there's certain like Western Mass towns where you feel like you're down south.
Yep.
They're like, you're kind of welcome
Welcome
down
down
here.
here,
They're living in like a shanty.
And then one town over from that town is like a world-class university where
Yep.
they're like, there can't be people like that in Massachusetts.
Yeah, right. Mass is known for the weirdest shit. Like, Gardner, right? Home of
Dude, I've played many a football games in
Gardner.
Gardner.
So like they have the biggest wooden lawn chair in the world there, right?
Yeah, their football field's a sandpit.
Yeah, I believe that. They're that type of people.
Yeah.
They, for whatever fucking reason, and like this was true 10 years ago, I don't fucking know if it still is, but they had the highest teen pregnancy rate in the country for whatever fucking reason.
I mean, there's nothing to do in
Other than
Gardner.
fuck and play football and build chairs.
Yep,
Yeah, absolutely.
And farm.
That's the life.
Because
though.
Gardner's on the New Hampshire border, but it's like the part of New Hampshire that's not near like Keene, so there's nothing. When you cross it's just woods.
Yeah.
So then Gardner's just farmland and fucking water towers.
Oh, I've been up there, like the mountain parts,
Yep.
where it's just all that winding road, and then it's just
Yep.
all these abandoned, rundown houses.
I fucking
that's-
hate Gardner.
It's Wild West out there.
I was thinking of like farming and thinking of building chairs, and this occurred to me. You guys know the Amish, right?
Of course.
I remember my first experience seeing people on Rumspringa. I was tripped the fuck out. I thought I teleported back 400 fucking years the first time I saw it happen.
Where were you around here where you saw
Not
it?
around here. So I was at a Cleveland Zoo.
Okay, that
and
makes sense.
we park and we're like getting our tickets and whatever to go in. And this fucking bus pulls up and all these fucking pilgrims get out. They were Mennonites. And, you know, like, that was my first time seeing people in clothing like that, not in a
Rumspringa is
history
for
book.
teenagers, too. They're like
so,
16,
yeah,
17.
so they're like 16, 17, all dressed up like fucking pilgrims. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then I found out about Rumspringa. You know what's crazy about Rumspringa? Most of them choose just to go back to Amish country because they come here and it's so terrifying.
Yeah, it's like the opposite of a bar mitzvah. It's like, hey, this is our one chance and one time to go out into I think they call it the English world and like explore and do whatever they want. And then they make the decision to either join the English world or go back home.
It's gotta be a tough one. Everyone's looking at you weird already.
Did you guys ever watch the show Amish Mafia?
That show is wild.
I've watched some episodes. Yeah.
Because there was a whole episode about Rumspringa and how they would just set up crazy parties for them and make a whole bunch of money, and we should just go down to Pennsylvania during Rumspringa season and do the same. We could rent an Airbnb and throw them a litty titty party.
Show them how to act.
We wouldn't even have to like go that crazy. We could just set up a grab and buy a bottle of Kettle One and be like, "This is how we live."
Set up a grab,
Find a garage
get a keg,
somewhere.
set up a pong
yeah,
table,
like you know,
make sure the house has a pool,
a 30 rack of Coors Light and a
bring
grab.
bikinis.
Yeah, and be like, "We're gonna show you how real Americans party."
See, because they show up in their pilgrim clothes, there would be no better way to convince the young men than to have a pool party and make them all get into English world fucking bathing suits.
Miller Lite and wet T-shirt competitions.
That's right.
And we would make so much money.
I mean, it works for the troops. Why not the
Hey,
Amish?
maybe that's our gig. It's setting up
Bring
Rumspringa
up
parties.
parties.
Yo, that's
Yo.
it, boys. That's it. Because
We found our calling.
Yeah.
And we're not even real like partiers, but man, can we scam some teenagers?
see, like, you know, you don't have to live that life, but the Amish will believe it.
The life chooses you, man.
You know, it really does. You know, like, they're Amish. They'd buy it. They'd believe us.
I bought my house with Rumspringa money.
What'd you get for Rumspringa?
This new mansion.
We're going to give it to them. They're going to pay. And you know what? They've been saving money for so long.
Yeah, we'll just throw these big Project X.
Hopefully, if we
Style
throw
party.
a crazy enough party, X will give it to him.
And maybe, just maybe, forget the money, but just maybe, we'll get some churned butter out of the deal.
Churned
You know
butter
what will
mixed
be
with
the
ecstasy.
best out of the deal?
The cream.
If you get a wife out of the deal.
Ooh, Amish wife.
Yeah.
And she's just like, does my laundry and churns butter. And I'm
But-
like, hey, babe,
No,
how's
she's
business
chosen
going?
the English life, so she's not going to be that way anymore.
So she wears jeans now.
But she'd still have all the traits because for 16 years she was learning from her mother to be that way. So it'd probably be a hard thing to shake.
I don't know. And I think that's what I'm looking for in a woman, too. I'm sick of all these women and all they care about is their looks and they don't know how to churn butter.
Do you eat that much butter?
No,
I mean, you are
no, I
French.
just think it's a really useful skill to have, and I think not enough people know how to do it.
What are you looking for when they're when you're looking if they have that trait, like if they have like the arm structure for it?
For churning butter?
Yeah.
Are you looking for like a farm girl type situation? Like John Deere, like real
No,
American type
no.
girl?
No, Amish woman.
All right, gotcha. So you're sold on it now.
You know, she's got like 4 brothers. They all build tables.
A barn in 2
Mennonite
days.
or Orthodox?
Mennonite.
Okay. So
Orthodox.
she knows what a TV is and
Yeah,
knows how
yeah,
to drive
exactly.
a car. Yeah, okay, all right.
But
all
she
right.
still wears pilgrim clothes.
Yeah.
Or like she's got the bonnet, but she's wearing jeans. You know, it's like a balance.
Yeah, uh-huh. Like all things.
Like she knows how to use a Roku remote, but she
Yeah.
can also, but she also can
cook
milk
a
the
7-course
cows.
meal.
Yeah, exactly.
Skin a rabbit.
Make cornbread from scratch.
Oh man.
Don't come in my apartment.
Yo, sorry. Normally I have so much discipline. I haven't come in a month and a half, but God, did that get me going?
I'm sorry.
Honey,
Oh
it's
my
time for the harvest.
Oh, I hope it's bountiful. Oh, I bet you could tell me about moon cycles too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, talk about the stars.
Think about the Capricorn you would have at Thanksgiving.
I love when they do something that's like completely just not acceptable, like snort a line of blow, and they're like, "Oh, I'm just a Capricorn."
No, that's not what I meant. I meant like the.
that was so Aquarius of me.
Yes, I hate when they do that too. Sorry, I'm a Scorpio.
Yo, I'm always like, yo, sorry, baby girl, I'm a Libra. I didn't know what I was talking about.
A girl will literally stab you in your stomach in your sleep and be like, sorry, I'm a Cancer.
I'm just a Gemini. I can't help it.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was so Taurus of me. I'm sorry.
Those fucking astrology chicks are crazy.
But the grip.
Sorry, so you know Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right?
Yes.
So there's this one I keep seeing, and there's a bunch of funny ass shit, but the one on the top is getting a fucking foot job from a girl in psych ward grippy socks.
Yeah. I've seen the same meme.
So you know,
I know.
it's like the one below. It's like a big titty goth girlfriend. Oh man, I hate how trendy goth girls are now, because I used to be so into goth girls, but then they got popular, and now I'm not really into goth girls anymore. I don't know what happened. Goth girls were my thing when I was younger. I was
Yeah.
I fucking love goth girls.
What is it now?
Well,
Amish girls.
The goth girls from when you were younger are not the same as the goth girls from today.
I know they're different because
Yeah.
something on the milk. Their tits got bigger.
I mean, you were also programmed to like goth girls
You
by the
were, the
cartoon.
television.
Yeah. So
I mean, yeah,
Danny Phantom.
TV gave me my taste in woman. Avatar is where I got my first boner. Yeah, Katara gave me a rock hard on at age 6.
Nickelodeon was our generation's babysitter.
Yep, but you didn't even know it, but you were getting groomed.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And my taste in woman is literally animated woman now.
Thank God I grew up in the generation where Disney still thought it was cool to be a straight white guy.
You saw the very end of it.
I know.
The last straight white male
Who put
heroes.
the glad in Gladiator? Hercules.
I'm so glad I wasn't like a Disney kid.
I was a super Disney kid, but it's because I grew up in probably the best time for Disney movies.
I'm not going to deny that because there's some classics in there.
Toy Story, Lion King, fucking...
You grew up for Pixar. And Pixar was different, man.
I grew up for Pixar, but I also saw some of the greatest classics, even though
absolutely.
Like Tarzan came out 6 months before I was born. So like all of the classic like Disney movies from our time all came out right after I was born or just before I was born. So I grew up watching those movies all the fucking time.
Yeah, that was a golden era of movies.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the Pixar era, Monsters Inc., Cars. You got to see Cars be made.
Yeah,
Bro.
Cars was pretty fucking exciting as a kid
I'm
because
not-
of toys.
Yeah, when it came
Yeah.
out, dude, like, come on, you know for a fact you had a Lightning McQueen toy.
Fuck
And
yeah.
you know for a fact your catchphrase for a while was ka-chow. I still use ka-chow all the time.
When you nut.
I was a little too old for Cars to be my thing, but God almighty was it Noah's thing.
He's the perfect age.
Yeah.
He knows a thing or two about cars.
Yup.
The hype when Cars 2 came out,
Oh my god.
it was real, dog. It was real.
You
I
felt
had-
that shit.
I had Imaginext and Legos, and Noah had Hot Wheels.
Bro, I loved my Imaginext.
Bro.
I had the pirate ship, the castle, the
I had
fucking.
it all.
I had it all, bro, and I used to connect the sets. Medieval Science Space Lab.
Wasn't there that other one, the Connects?
Fuck
Whatever.
connects.
I used to love it.
I liked Connects, but that was Emily's toy.
All right, I got one for you boys. Magnetics,
Yep.
Oh, is that with the tubes?
tubes
With
and balls.
Yeah.
balls and tubes.
balls and tubes?
Yep, magnetics were a blast.
Those were fun.
I-
I swallowed so many.
Oh, dude, I used to eat magnets all the time.
Hey, what about a Light Bright?
Oh, I had one of those.
Underrated, broski.
Yep.
and Etch-a-Sketch. A little old, but you know the one.
The thing you could put, I don't know what it's called, but you put your hand into it or your face.
Oh, that's the spikes and it
Yeah.
like, dude.
I had a giant one of those.
Yeah,
Like there was a certain point where we could fit Emily's whole body on it.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Buying one of those was one of the greatest purchases I ever made. Talk about a return on ROI. See, my whole thing when I was younger, because I got bullied a lot, it was like, okay, if I buy a cool toy and bring it in, people will like me. So I was always on the scope for like the hottest toys.
Right. That's why you had 2 Omnitrixes.
Yeah, so you know what it was? I had the original Omnitrix and then I had the ultimate Omnitrix, but that wasn't even my favorite Ben 10 toy. My favorite Ben 10 toy was the Ben 10 Alien Creator.
I was never into Ben 10, so I never really got the hype.
Oh, wasn't that like you make these gummy fucking...
No, so they had a gummy one, but they had this other one, and it gave you 4 like plastic starter aliens, and like it was a wheel that had 4 other wheels attached to it.
Yeah.
So you could circle in and put on one arm, put on a leg, whatever, and you could make these like just custom
I
action
remember
figures.
That
Christmas
was sick.
commercials for that toy.
Yeah, right. It was big at the time.
Yeah.
And it was the only thing I asked for that year.
Did you guys ever get that like build your own lightsaber kit?
No. But I had the Hot Wheels build your own volcano.
So-
Oh, that was
They
sick.
gave me a packet of lava to put in, and it was like the nastiest shit. And I spilt it on my floor, and
Yeah.
it got like pet hair on it. And I still put it in the volcano, and then it broke.
So I know technically neither of you have sisters.
Good
But-
one. Oh, it's funny, is it?
No, I was just trying to be specific.
Sensitive.
So you guys probably won't get what I'm about to say, but I know a lot of people who have sisters that are listening will understand. I played with my sister's Barbies so fucking much, but it was only while I was playing with G.I. Joes. Because my G.I. Joes
They
needed
needed
bitches.
something. Yeah, they needed something to
Yeah,
fuck after
right,
a long, hard battle.
right.
Exactly.
So
So, all right, I think like there's a line, and you're a faggot if you play with Barbies.
Right.
But, however, the gray area, the exception, the rule is if you play with G.I. Joes
at the same time.
it's not gay. It's not faggy.
The door just rang.
Oh.
So, G.I. Joes are cool in my opinion, but not as cool as say like Bionicles.
Legos was always the thing for me.
I loved Legos, and I still do.
There's just way too much money. But I used to
They
build,
got pricey. They really did.
I built like the Millennium Falcon one year.
So I was building sets for a while, but then I became infatuated with Bionicles.
Oh, I never got the Bionicle hit.
Obviously, it's Lego's best creation, in my opinion. What I used to do when eBay first came out, I used to buy lots of like Bionicle stuff because it was really cheap at the time. I would just make these like custom Bionicles. I had a blast with it. I had
Yeah,
this bad habit too, where like I'd buy a set at Walmart and everybody would be like, Nathaniel, don't open it in the car. And I'd be like, yeah, I won't. And then I'd open it in the car and try building it while the vehicle's moving.
Oh, fuck yeah, because you just couldn't wait.
Yeah, it was a bunch of fucking pieces under the goddamn seat. And they'd be finding Bionicle parts for like the next 6 months.
Oh, my
And I'd
God.
be like, sorry.
Sorry.
I just couldn't help it. I was building.
I got my Bionicles, though.
No, yeah, what you were doing as a child was not, it was acceptable, you know?
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, don't feel bad.
If you had been like, oh yeah, I was playing with Barbies, I would have been like, fagato. But no, you
Yeah,
were playing with G.I. Joes that needed to
right.
fuck the Barbies, right? Yeah, exactly.
I
You're
mean,
good.
they didn't fuck the Barbies because I was like really little,
But
so I
they,
didn't.
like-
they were their wives. Like I still understood at the time that the GI Joes needed wives. So
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
because I had married parents for a while.
dinner?
yeah,
Yeah,
you're, you're fighting Cobra,
Right? Yeah,
but then you need.
yeah. You need to go home to your wife at the end of
Yeah,
the day.
exactly.
Also, my sister had cooler vehicles for her Barbies than my GI Joes had. So like,
Yeah,
they needed a whip.
All they have is like Wranglers, but Barbie's got like Malibu fucking drop top convertibles.
And a GI Joe can't drive a fucking pink SUV unless Barbie's in the passenger seat.
Do you work at Hasbro?
No, I mean, no.
Not a chance. There's like, I remember I got it at a yard sale just because it was fun. Barbie had a remote control convertible. that whipped. That thing must have gone like 10 miles per hour.
God
no
damn.
joke.
You know what would be great content for us when we have a camera is who can get the most stuff with $10 at the flea market.
Gabe on.
All right.
Yeah.
Gabe fucking
Fucking
on.
haggle them down.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Oh, yo, I like to haggle. I love haggling. If I can just. Oh,
We should go to the Worcester flea market for this, though.
so did I tell you guys I went to Brimfield this year?
Do you remember my clown painting?
Yeah.
That's where I got
Oh,
that.
I believe it. So that was my second time at Brimfield, and we were fucking there. And I talked to a fucking World War II vet, and he was selling like swords and shit. And
That's
and I
crazy.
bought a fucking Arabic sword off of him.
Wow.
And he wanted 30 for it. And I was like, hey, would you take 20? He's like, yeah. So I haggled a sword dealer.
You haggled a veteran?
Yeah, but he was like cool
Man.
with it. He knew the art of the deal, you know?
All right. Well, I would have given him 40, but,
Or I had what I had.
that's fair.
He had he had goods, I had cash.
Yeah, okay.
We
All
made
right.
we made a fucking
Yeah, that's a deal.
because that's the art of the deal right there. Everybody at the flea market, they're there to negotiate. Everybody can be negotiated at the flea market, especially.
Yeah, it's the slobs that kind of just walk in and just like take everything at base price. But if you just talk to the person a little bit, you can get a little deal.
That's true in everything in life. You just got to ask. Don't be afraid to ask people for other deals and better discounts because you can talk your way into any type of good deal. It's the art of negotiation. It's a big one.
It just feels almost rude when you're talking to someone down.
No, Nate.
Well, no, that's where a lot of people come from. Because like, if you want to be like a good person, you want to be like, oh, I want to go on the full price for
And
this
that's
product.
why you pay full price
And
for
that's
things
why
at the flea
I'm a
market.
dumbass consumer. I
Yep.
consume. But
Consumer worker.
Consume smart though. Always get the best deal. Always get that free trial. Always get like that lower price.
yeah, lately I've been making sure I've been better about it.
And like you got to play smart systems. All right, example. I bought smart lights at Walmart. Okay, you know what I'm saying? They cost me $40. A great investment, by the way. They turn off and on at certain set schedules, so I get into a better sleeping rhythm, and I can dim them, and it's great. I control the whole thing from my phone. Anywho, I spent $40 on it. Right? What I did was I saved the receipt. I took my old light bulbs out, put them in the box, and then returned them.
Did it work?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, so I got to keep my smart lights and gained $40, and they took back my old light bulbs.
Smart man.
That's because it's all about playing the system to your advantage.
Or you take a sticker off of something that has a cheaper tag on it and put it on the more expensive item and go through
Yeah, it's a classic one. I saw some guy, he took you know how you weigh bananas at self-checkout, so he fucking took a PS5, put it on the scale, weighed it out as a thing of bananas, and paid like $9
Nuts
for a
for a
PS5.
PS5.
Oh, it's fucking great. I love it.
How to get away with theft in this episode?
Petty larceny.
Work smarter, not harder.
That's right.
And besides, in the light bulb situation, I didn't steal anything. I paid for those bulbs.
If I paid for all my groceries in the last 10 years, I wouldn't be alive today.
And today's podcast is brought to you by Petty Larceny. Get you some. Grand larceny's too far. Never steal anything over $1,000.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's our advice for today.
But also, like, we're not crooks. We're innocent.
Also, if you need a new pair of shoes, remember, not a lot of people are looking at your feet. Just put your old ones in the box.
I think that's one of my favorite scumbag slow moves. Like on the list, the stealing shoes one, and it's like
these shoes are nice.
Yeah, half the time he didn't even need shoes. It was just the art of stealing shoes that he liked so much.
Listen, but I only ever had one pair of shoes. Right now, since I moved into this place is the first time I've had more than one pair of shoes. So like before it was normally because I needed a new pair of shoes, but now it's just because I have multiple pairs to steal shoes with.
I'm actually at the first point in my life where I own more than one pair of fucking shoes.
Yeah, right. Isn't it nice?
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's nice too.
Well, I purchased all my pairs of shoes,
Good for you, buddy.
but
You're an honest man.
yeah,
That's why I'm going to be really sad when the physical store goes away.
yeah, because no more thievery.
Yep.
But I don't know.
Larcenist everywhere and tears. Because it's like they don't even need the item half the time. It's
I'm
just
just
the art of stealing it.
I'm just pissed I don't live in a cool state like California where I can get away with $900 scot free.
That's,
Bro,
No
I
problem.
would
Then you
never
get a
pay for
battle bot sent
groceries
after you.
again. I would never pay for groceries again.
but I think they like take pictures and just
I don't
like
give a
rack it
fuck
up.
what they do. Go ahead,
Yeah, but they have evidence.
catch me.
They're, oh,
I'll wear disguises.
I like the,
like the
wa-
turtle.
I'll change my skin.
I like the wall of shame they have at my local liquor store. And it's everybody that's stolen liquor in the past like 6 months and now
It's-
they're banned and shit.
It is a good store, but I've busted that one too.
Quite literally hitting a lick, if you will.
Yeah. I stole from that store to see if I would get put on the wall of fucking shame.
I think we should
Truthfully and
start throwing
honestly.
out some allegedly.
Yeah, no, these are all hypotheticals and allegedly. Nobody actually did any of these things.
All I'm saying is prove it.
Yeah, so like loss prevention has been inside my store for the past 2 weeks, just keeping an eye because they think somebody's fucking up somewhere.
Yep.
And like anytime I see the lady, I'm like, I make fun of it and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm the guy that walks away with 50 gallons of milk every single day and nobody's gone on yet. I just keep sticking it in my trunk. Fuck that shit though.
All I'm saying is there's allegedly a lot of reasons I should have been fired from certain places.
I agree. And keep in mind, people,
Just not my current place.
any illicit activity we're talking about is all people we know that did things.
Yeah.
The three of us haven't done anything wrong ever. And we don't want you to get the idea that we're crooks.
Just
Yeah, never.
joshing.
We're saints.
We're just joking around.
absolute saints.
This is a comedy podcast.
We're funny, right? You know, we're just silly goose to talk about illegal things that we don't do, okay? So let's
But
just
also survival's real.
so let's just clear the air on that right now. None of us are criminals, with the exception of Salou.
allegedly.
Anymore.
Anymore, he's reformed.
I'm reformed. I've paid for my fucking sins.
You been to confessional yet?
It's been a minute.
Yeah. I don't have that, so it's cool. If I did, though,
I've truthfully been thinking about switching, but I don't know anymore.
To Judaism.
oh, you're going back to your roots. Muslim.
No.
You Quran fuck.
Buddha.
I was thinking
Yeah,
about
he's like a Buddhist now.
I was thinking about getting rebaptized as a fucking Protestant.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. I know it's not a big switch to anyone, but
Breaking news, everyone.
shut the fuck up. So you have
Breaking
that
news.
one
No,
ready?
it
Are you
is, though.
shitting me?
It
This
is,
was
though,
always
because who escapes the Catholic Church and gets away with it?
Nobody.
Yeah, like, buddy, you can try all you want, but the next thing you know, you're going to be kidnapped and you're on your way to the Vatican jail.
And they're gonna be like, why? Why, Alex? Why you want to be a stupid, filthy Protestant?
And then the Pope will talk to you himself and be like, Alexander,
slap.
listen to me. First,
Kiss on each cheek.
Do you know one of the best popes ever was named Alexander? You know that? And then smack.
Yeah, you would be molested in a submission.
Wouldn't that want to make me more Protestant?
No, I think like if you already start Protestant, they're like, well, we don't like it, but it's okay. But if you were like go from Catholic to Protestant, that's a big no.
They'd send me to Northern Ireland.
Oh yeah, mission trip, baby. Somebody's going to farm in Northern Ireland.
Oh man.
We should go on a mission trip just for the like content we can get out of it.
Listen, I'm okay with it.
I'm not in this world, so what is a mission trip?
It's when you go to do God's work.
Yeah, so
Unpaid.
like when my dad was in high school and college, he would go on mission trips to like Haiti and build churches and stuff.
I've only been on one. I literally painted houses in northern Maine. You go do God's work. You you eat as a group. You say prayer.
So like the
did
Jimmy
you ever
Carter-
see Extreme Makeover Home Edition?
Like sometimes, like move that bus.
All those people in the blue shirts that were like doing the actual work to build those houses, a lot of those people are mission trip people.
You do God's work. Sometimes you're farming. Sometimes you're fucking doing farm. You know, like cattle work and
Because
shit.
the media doesn't like to talk about all the good Christians that like to do community work, but they exist.
Technically, part of being a good Christian is going on mission trips and,
And
doing
doing
unpaid
community
labor
work, yep.
for the Lord.
I'm not a good Christian.
No, you are
Not
not.
even for the Lord, it's for the people in the Lord's name.
Exactly. And it's also so you go up there, not down there.
That's right, Mama fucking Corleone. That's right.
I say a prayer for his soul every night. His soul don't go down there, and he go up there.
You don't have to, city girl. You don't have to go to church every day. I just do that for my husband. You can go to just on Christmas and Easter if you want.
You go when you feel
You
like
like
going. You know the one.
I know her. She's the best.
She's the best.
Oh my god.
Even my husband don't tell me what to do.
To this day, it fucking gets me going that Kay Adams was the person to get the last word in that book.
And rightfully so.
I remember when I told you weren't going to like who got it, and I remember when you finally finished it and you looked at me and you were like, bro, you were right.
That's so dumb. She's the worst. Dumb Yankee bitch.
Dumb fucking New Hampshire Yankee.
Hey, is Sonny still running the show? What show? You lousy bitch.
You stupid Ginzo broad.
I'll slap you around. I'll do whatever the fuck I want to do to you. You stupid guinea fuck. You don't push me around. I push you around.
I'm German Irish.
I'm German Irish.
You're Jules Siegel is who you are.
Nobody respects the doctor. You tell them they'll die eventually, but you don't say they'll die tomorrow. And they just keep doing what they do.
Give it to him straight, Jules.
I'm an abortionist.
All right.
It's honest work.
Where are we getting here?
Where are we going?
We fixed your
Alright.
little
Who did we
problem down
become?
there.
All right, let's stop quoting the Godfather.
Maybe I'm
and
gonna
wrap this
build you
shit
a
up.
whole new thing down there. I had to bring that one up because he literally.
Come on!
he
I put a
literally-
few stitches in there, made it a little tighter.
It's like, sometimes it's going through like this Sicilian omerta stuff, and
Yep.
other times
And
it's
it's
talking
like-
about rebuilding vaginas, and it's
I'm
like.
gonna build you a whole new thing down there.
and then it's talking about Sonny's big cock.
Constantly, the whole book is about Sonny's dick. If you really think
That's
about
literally
it,
what it is.
have you seen the cock on that animal? I should have such a cock.
Wasn't he talking about the horse?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. AKA Sonny Corleone.
That book is about cock.
And Omerta.
Yeah. Literally.
And kinda Michael, a little bit.
Yeah.
The Code of Silence, Cold Vengeance, and Dick.
The Thunderbolt.
That's right.
Yeah,
the Thunderbolt.
which is literally just a boner. Yep.
He
Oh,
got
he's got
real
the
bad.
Thunderbolt. Find me the shepherd named Fabrizio. Oh, it's my favorite. I fucking love it.
Oh my god.
The fucking voice they use for the hitman that kills Fabrizio.
Oh my. Michael Corleone sends his regards. Go in, go out. You don't look at anybody. You don't walk. You don't run.
You just drop the gun in your
Just drop
feet
the
and you
gun.
walk out.
We should all get Lupados.
Excuse me.
I said what I said.
Okay.
We can stream it.
We have a lot of those fucking small rock walls around here.
We do. We really do. And it's literally to keep bandits from shooting at us.
Just like the old farms in Sicily. You guys want to go to Palermo for a night?
I'm glad you got your face fixed, Mike. It
Go
looks
visit the
better.
girls in Palermo.
Don Tomasino.
Yup. The doctor.
Oh, I fucking love it here. Well, we are
He read everything except for his books.
his medical books. Yep. We are 1 hour and 30 minutes in. This was episode 10. We fucking love you. Thanks for being here. We had a goddamn blast.
Seriously.
Boys, got anything else you want to say?
Thank you for listening, and if you continue listening, thank you even more.
Shout out to the person listening on their boat in the Cheney Reservoir. If you're listening, thanks for listening. And if you're a Fed, fuck you. Have a good night, everyone.
And if you are a Fed, thanks for listening.
Thank you.
All right, cut us off.
Have a good night.
Love you guys.
Love you.